Joining me now live to discuss is the New South Wales Treasurer and Minister for Energy, Matt Kean. Good morning to you, Treasurer. Thank you for joining us. How quickly do you think this will have an impact on an already struggling health sector in New South Wales?
Well, we hope as quickly as possible. We want to see our frontline health workers given the support that they need. We placed our trust in them, our hope and our faith in them during the worst of their pandemic, and they got us through. Now this is about us investing in them further, investing $4.5 billion to employ an additional 10,000 people over the next 4 years. It's investing in our people and it's investing in their health right here in New South Wales.
What about a pay rise?
Well, we'll have more to say about that shortly, but today we're announcing our big investment in New South Wales Health. This is a health army that will be, again, supporting our community, keeping us safe and making sure that we can continue to meet our health challenges here in New South Wales. An unprecedented investment in our health workforce, taking pressure off existing frontline health workers, spreading the load amongst a bigger health workforce and ensuring that the public can get the health services they deserve.
OK, but is a pay rise on the agenda then?
The budget's on the 21st of June. We've got a lot of announcements between now and then. Today we're focused on investing in our health workforce, a health army of 10,000 workers, $4.5 billion, an unprecedented investment in health here in New South Wales, supporting our community, supporting their health.
All right, let's move on to the emergency energy crisis meeting, the national meeting. You're going to be attending this. What are you hoping will be proposed to alleviate this current crisis?
Well, we're looking forward to working closely with the new government to focus on lowering the cost of electricity, making sure that we've got enough supply to keep businesses running and to keep powering our households here in New South Wales. We know that we've got some challenges because of Putin's power price rises. We need to address them in the short term, but we also need to look to the long term, and that means transitioning to the type of fuels that can power our economy that won't be impacted by global price shocks.
What will you take to the meeting then? What emergency measures would you like to see considered?
Well, we stand ready to work with Minister Bowen and the Commonwealth government. We look forward to collaborating with them to ensure that we've got enough gas right here in New South Wales to keep powering our businesses, powering our households at prices that are affordable. But we'll also need to make sure that our electricity system is future-proofed, making sure that we're able to withstand future shocks, like we're seeing because of the war in the Ukraine, which is pushing up our commodity prices for coal and gas. So we are looking forward to working with the Commonwealth Government to ensure that we protect New South Wales consumers and that we set ourselves up for a brighter future.
There's a lot on the table here. Should Labor pull the gas trigger, that security mechanism, do you think?
Look, I think that's certainly an option we should be looking at. Obviously, it won't come into effect until the 1st of January. I think Minister Bowen's been clear about that. But we need to address these gas challenges in the short term. We stand ready to work with the Commonwealth Government to do whatever's necessary to make that happen. Right here in New South Wales, we recently approved the Narrabri coal seam gas project, which will supply 70 petajoules of gas into the New South Wales market. We've supported the gas terminal down in Port Kembla, which will see over 100 petajoules of gas coming into New South Wales. So we're approving projects here in New South Wales. These will help deal with things in the short term, but in the long term, we need to be moving away from those, from powering our economy in ways that will be subjected to price hikes. Moving to things like renewables can ensure that we don't see big price spikes and we do see reliable electricity. That's why we've got the electricity infrastructure roadmap here in New South Wales that will help us modernise our electricity system and put downward pressure on prices over the long run.
Matt Kean, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Danica.